I really can't think of a better way to start the day than breathing in the clean, fresh air and being surrounded by the most awe-inspiring scenery. The mountains, the clouds were higher than the clouds. We have a sea of clouds beneath us. And my guide and companion for the day is Miguel Pita. And I'm very excited, not only because of what we're about to do. We're going to climb one of the highest peaks here in Madeira, 1,862 meters above sea level. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's one I'm looking forward to. But I'm also very excited because Miguel Pita is Anita Alcántara's son. Anita Alcántara was an evacuee, and she's one of the 20 ladies that stayed in Madeira, who fell in love, married, and made Madeira her home. And she is the last of the survivors. She's the last lady who's still alive, and she was great friends with my great auntie Madeira, and with the other Gibraltarian women are here. And I'm looking forward to Miguel explaining and telling me all about her.
Mi madre tiene muy buenas recordaciones del viaje. Habla mucho de lo que se pasó, pero lo habla con alguna alegría, porque en la edad que tenía, muy joven, todo era una aventura y no tenía la noción de lo que se pasaba.
Anita's recollections are ones of excitement and joyous adventure, a child's memories. And these are what we have left.
De niño, y a mi padre le gustaba mucho también caminar por la montaña. Y entonces siempre lo hice, siempre. Y hoy lo hago porque me disfruto mucho la última etapa de mi vida. Lo hago en cuanto lo puedo.
Glad, of course.
Lo hago muy.
Whereas you're fit and healthy and can enjoy it.
Sí. Hay una tradición muy antigua en Madeira de recibir muy bien las personas. Tenemos turismo a más de 200 años. Hay una afinidad muy grande de las personas de aquí con los extraños.
That's exactly.
Y eso también.
That's exactly what I was going to explain. In my experience here, I can completely understand why the Gibraltarians felt so at home, and it's mainly because of the warmth of the people. You know, we've been embraced by people who are genuine, who are loving, who have been very inclusive.
Yeah.
There is that automatic connection I have felt with the people here.
Yes.
You know, I felt very at home, not in the sense that in other places I've travelled to, I've had those ancestral links as we've explored Genoa and Malta. That had a very different feel for me. I felt innately at home. I felt my Maltese blood and my Italian blood churning inside of me. I don't feel that in Madeira, but what I do feel is an instant connection with the people and with the land. The evacuation, people returned home,
yes.
And your mother returned home. She didn't stay.
No.
Right, so she kept contact with your father.
Yes.
Via letter, obviously.
Obvio.
And how long was she in Gibraltar for?
Eso no me recuerdo, pero 1 o 2 años tal vez.
Right, so and they kept in contact, and obviously
yes.
the love was still there.
Y mi padre se fue ahí y se casó ahí. Y después volvieron, claro.
So he went to Gibraltar to get married. They had the wedding in Gibraltar, and then afterwards, after the weddings, the marriage ceremony, they returned to Madeira and chose Madeira as their home.
por aquí vamos a nuestro camino. Pico Ruivo,
No queda menos.
1,1 kilómetro.
Yes, we're nearly there then. Good. Here we can really see the effects of the horrendous fire that you had in 2010.
Terrible.
Yes.
Y
It ruined, completely decimated the 200-year-old
Yes.
forest that you had here.
se quedó en cinzas todo.
Yeah. Miguel came up onto the mountain days after this massive fire, which was an arson,
La
which
natu-
took over most of the island. But here, he said that it's tragic because it lost a 200-year-old forest.
Pero la naturaleza siempre viene.
Of course, it comes back with a
Sí,
vengeance.
y
It fights back.
entonces está-
And
está
here we have
creciendo,
exactly
sí.
all of the beginnings of all these new plants.
Yes.
Yes. But the trees really, the skeleton of the trees are really imposing sculpture. Nothing had prepared me for the beauty of this island. So unlike anything else I'd seen in Europe. In fact, it's this physical detachment from Europe, its distance from the mainland, that preserved its natural beauty. Its proximity to the equator meant that the Ice Age, which engulfed the rest of Europe, didn't get to Madeira. And this is one of the many reasons why the Lowry Silver Forest is so unique. It's one of the last remaining European forests, intact in its original state.
Ahí se queda Pico
That's
Grande.
Pico.
Pico Grande.
Pico Grande.
Grande.
The big peak.
Big.
The
Y-
high peak.
y es el pico que está en el centro de la isla.
Okay. So it's not the highest peak, porque el pico
Sí,
alto, más alto
claro.
es este.
Pero es-
Highest peak is the one we're on our way to. But the
Está
large
en el
peak, the big
centro de
peak,
la isla.
marks the center of the island.
Y
So the mountain...
ya tomaron una poncha.
Sí.
Poncha.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone,
yes,
everyone who I can... Yes.
Poncha, muchas.
Poncha.
Una, dos, tres, cuatro.
We are very nearly at the top. I can see it. It must be a few hundred meters away, all vertical, of course. But before we go up, we just had to come and admire the view from here. It's a lot greener. Se ve mucho más verde las montañas en este
mucho
lado. It's this
verde.
vibrant, vibrant green. All around there are mountains and beautiful sights in whichever direction you look. You can see the villages, you can see the sea, the greener mountains, and then these, which are biblical, Jurassic mountains in front of us. Look at that. Muchas gracias por traerme aquí. I've loved it. My last day in Madeira, and it's been a pleasure to spend it with you, discussing your mother. And I couldn't think of a more stunning location to wish farewell to Madeira and to someone like yourself. Thank you very much.
No, muchas gracias también yo por estar aquí con ustedes.
Hope we're a reminder that you're half Gibraltarian. And next time you're in Gibraltar, I shall give you a tour too, although you probably know Gibraltar better than me with all your hiking and things. But thank you very much. And please pass on my fondest regards and best wishes to your mother, who's obviously quite the woman, very strong, and has been a fighter, and it's true, you know, she moved country and she raised her family here, and she's 91 and still well. That is a blessing. An indication that Madeira has been very good to her. As I bid farewell to the streets of Funchal, it dawns on me that we, us Gibraltarians, owe Madeira an irreparable debt. For although the evacuees paid for their stay here and contributed greatly, they revolutionized society in such a joyful and positive way. It is Madeira that offered us shelter in our hour of need, but it did so with warmth and love. The Madeirans did not just open their homes and arms to us, but their hearts too, and that cannot be repaid. Repatriation began on the 28th of May 1944, although it took many months before all the evacuees were back home. Some never returned. But the impact of this forced exile was to last a lifetime. People's lives were changed forever, and it's now up to us, the children and grandchildren of the evacuation generation, to ensure that these memories live on. Upon my return, I felt the need to find out more. I wasn't able to let go of Madeira just yet.
Well, it did something for us Madeirenses, because it was a family within a family. You know, Gibraltar is a family, but that was a close-knit family. Perhaps because we all went to the same school, we saw a lot of each other, and we were overjoyed when we went after the war, when we met each other in the street. We always stopped to chat. That is something that has impacted me. It has always remained.
When it was time for me to come back home, there was a mixture of joy that I was going to see Dad again and was coming back home. But at the same time, Madeira had become my home. I had lots of friends. We had got accustomed to doing things together. And so really it was sad and happy, but I've always been back. So I continue keeping in touch with people. It's only now that I can't do it because of the age and my husband, but otherwise we've kept in touch. Memories are there and they're happy ones.
He was forgetting the tiro-riro-riro.
What's the tiro-riro-riro?
That's the song.
Juntaron las dos la esquina, tocar la concertina y danzar un solideo. Juntaron las dos la esquina, tocar la concertina y danzar un solideo. Comadre mía, comadre, ay.
Estamos recordando muchas cosas lindas, ¿eh?
Madeira was home to the Gibraltarians. It offered security, love, and a place to grow. It allowed the Gibraltarians to develop, yet preserve their culture, to discover new traditions, yet strengthen their own. Madeira allowed us to celebrate being Gibraltarian.